And
It also helps you to clear your throat.
yes, it does.
Yeah, there'll be sirens coming soon. Somebody called the cops already. Something's going on over there. I don't know what it is, but okay.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. We're here. Welcome back to another episode of Convos with Your Mom's Favorites with hosts Moe and Greg. I am Moe.
I am Greg.
And we are back.
Yeah.
We are back. Yeah. With another episode for who?
The people.
For the people. Uncle G, how are you?
All right, how are you now?
I am doing great.
Good.
Fantastic. And as you can see, those who are watching via YouTube, there are two other people sitting in the room with us.
Yeah.
There are two sitting. One, it is his Convos with Your Mom's Favorites podcast debut.
Yeah.
My cousin Kevin is in the building.
Hey,
What's up, y'all?
And you have seen him many times on this podcast.
That's right. And he's
So many.
here to
Friend of the show.
grace us again with his
He's
presence.
gracing us again with his wisdom and
Yes.
presence. My dad is back. My dad
glad to be here.
is. Gentlemen, how are you?
Doing well, and you?
I'm good.
Really can't complain.
Good.
Happy to be here.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you where we are here to talk about things and stuff and things and things
And stuff.
and stuff. And today, just letting the fans know, you may not see me on camera, but if you are not a fan of Marvel, you can just skip this episode and come back for the next one, because the entire duration that we are here,
That's right.
it's the Marvel cast. Because that is what we are going to talk about, because there's been a lot going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that is, it's something we discussed. I could not wait to get here. I kind of wanted to record like last week as soon as all of this was happening. But, life is still lifing.
Yeah.
So we, this is the earliest we were able to do so, but we are here. And do you want to start with the good or the bad? Or the indifferent?
Start with the good.
Yeah.
The good?
Yeah, let's start with the good.
All right, cool. Loki's the greatest season, the greatest show that Marvel has ever put out ever.
Absolutely. Amazing.
I said it.
I think I would. I mean, you mean in terms of the actual shows, not the movie, but
Not the movies, but the series. All of the series
Series.
that they've put out on Disney
yeah,
Plus.
I would, though. I don't know. For me, and I may maybe just be partial. Falcon and the Winter Soldier though was not that bad.
Yeah.
No.
The other ones, yeah. But so for me, this I would kind of maybe almost put them equal, but that's just my own personal preference. But okay,
Vision and Scarlet Witch.
that's the bad. That's the bad. We're not. And I love the characters.
Yeah.
But I just didn't get the whole. Oh my God.
But you know what was really interesting? That's how I feel about Loki. Love the characters.
The first season, Loki, I didn't get it.
Love the characters. But I this is 2 seasons. This is the second season. Still don't get it.
I definitely understand.
I'm just
that
not
one
getting
now,
it.
But the first season, I was like in the dark.
Really? Yeah, no, I'm definitely.
I didn't get it at all.
Again,
but this season, I definitely get it more.
yeah, I'm still not getting it. So maybe you guys who watch it and really fully understand it, and maybe even for some of the viewers who may not really get it, help us to help me to understand what is going on. Now, again, the only thing I can really understand is that there is a problem at the TVA.
Okay.
And it's been traced back to Kang?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's the only thing I'm really getting. All the other stuff that's going on and the whys and the wherefores, again, to me, the story is not flowing the way it, or maybe just me, because and again, here's the thing, and maybe I'm a little biased or maybe a little Yeah, I'm a little biased because I'm not really crazy about time travel concepts,
Dude,
because they can kind of like be messy.
that's a whole nother issue.
You see,
there.
exactly.
We
Yeah,
could-
they can be kind of messy, and this whole thing, this whole storyline has been a little messy for me. So it's not as and again, it's not as clear as maybe some of the other storylines have been, with the exception of Vision and the Scarlet Witch. Yeah, it has not. It's a not. No, WandaVision. That was the name of it. Yeah. Except with the exception of that, it's not as they're just the storyline is just not as clear. And so again, yeah. So if anybody could just give it enough off the cuff.
I think I'm
analogy.
low key loving this the universe collide of all of them, especially with Kang right now from Loki. Like actually seeing that he's essentially in control of the whole universe loop or the time loop. That thing, like actually, I don't know, just watching it more. And actually, like seeing how he's actually trying to stop all of the other universe like time loops that are happening at the same exact time.
Okay.
I'm really interested because I want to see how that's going to play out with the rest of like the universe. Because I saw that even it's supposed to even technically include like the Spider-Verse just a little bit. And so I was just like, all right, this seems like it's going to be fun for me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But to answer your question, Uncle G, what is happening currently is Kang himself, he realized that, he wasn't alone in the universe, that there are other universes. So then he found a way to find himself in the other universes.
Okay.
There was a whole war that happened. He kind of just stopped everyone else. And then he created a machine to just keep the flow of time like normal.
Okay.
What's happening is, in killing the He Who Remains, it's basically like time was put in a jar. As long as He Who Remains was in control, time was, and like the timelines were like water in a jar. He Who Remains was in control. All the water, like everything was fine. Now that he's dead, someone is continuing to pour water in the jar,
Okay.
and the jar can't handle
Okay.
all of the new water that's being added to the jar, so it's starting to like break and malfunction and fall apart.
Okay.
So what Loki and Mobius is trying to do, they're trying to contain. They're trying to create a new. Basically, they're trying to get a bigger jar
Okay.
to control all of the new timelines.
And they're going to, I guess, restore the order.
They're trying to
They're
restore
trying
the order.
to restore order.
But the part that I'm actually looking forward to is the fact that with Kang actually being, like, with all of the Kangs being killed off, and I forgot how do you refer to the last version of Kang?
Oh, He Who Remains?
He Who Remains. I'm loving the fact that, like, with him actually dying off or being killed off, technically it's still going to kind of show the DC universe to like almost like collapse within itself and start over again. Like all of the Kangs are technically going to come back just because he who remains has been killed.
You did say though the DC universe as opposed
Yeah.
to the Marvel universe
MCU.
Well,
or the MCU.
MCU. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's true. But yeah, I'm loving the season. The season finale is Thursday.
Is it this week
It's
already?
this
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
Season finale is Thursday.
How many episodes was this?
6.
Okay. It seems like it seems
Yeah.
longer, but
Yeah. No, it's only been 6. For me, it's
It'll be okay. It'll be all right.
for me it's been short. I can't
Keep
believe.
breathing. Just keep
believing.
keep breathing. just breathe. Just
Yeah,
breathe.
you know,
It'll be all right.
It seems short for me. I'm kind of upset that we're here already. But Thursday is a big day for Marvel because it is
That's right.
the season finale of Loki, but it is also the premiere of the Marvels in theaters. And we've discussed it here on the pod before, but that is coming out. We will be going to see it this weekend. We will talk about it when we come back on the other side. Nothing has, even with the most recent trailer that dropped yesterday, having seen some more clarity as to who is in this movie.
I haven't watched it yet. I didn't know there was a new trailer.
Yeah, there was a new trailer dropped yesterday. You got to see that Valkyrie is in this movie. She's making a cameo in the film. And one thing that, because of course fans are going to deep dive and tear this thing apart. One of the things that they noticed in the trailer is that, what's her name? Rebecca Rambo? The black woman. Rebecca Rambo? I think.
I'm not even sure.
The black woman in the movie. I can't think of her name at the moment.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name. I can't think of her name.
But she wakes up in a hospital, and they notice that on the screen behind her is the X-Men logo.
Okay.
So there have been rumors
that
one of the X-Men, that someone in the X-Men will make an appearance in this film.
I did hear that.
Yeah. So, and it's good to know that I was right, because in the last pod, I noticed in the trailer before this one, I saw that what looked like a rainbow bridge. So clearly, if Valkyrie is in it, I was correct. There is a rainbow bridge because there is an Asgardian in this film.
In this movie. Okay.
Yes.
Got you.
But there's still someone else coming too. There's like someone who keeps walking. Someone walks by. I guess Rebecca Rambo, sure, for now. And she looks like super shocked. There's another person in this film, who everybody's like speculating who it is. But you'd have to read the comics to know who that, because I was like, I didn't even know who that person, I can't think of a name, but I didn't even know who that person is. But yeah, the movie comes out Thursday. I'm not, I won't say I'm overjoyed. Like, I'm not bursting at the seams with excitement to see it. I'm gonna go see it. I'm actually going to see it twice this weekend.
I'm interested to see how it does, because right now they're predicting failure. They're and because of the fact that they don't, and only because of the fact that they really don't like Brie
Larson.
They don't like Brie Larson, and there's a lot of people are not really sure where this movie is going, how it's figuring out in all of this. But I guess you're going to have to go see the movie in order to see that. They're not going to tell you everything. And the other thing is that, they don't like Brie Larson. And I read somebody said in a comment section of an article, they said, they said Marvel has got to be punished because for making movies that nobody's asking for.
Yes.
And I thought about that. And I was like, maybe I said that they need to be punished for it, but they're giving us a lot of movies that nobody is asking for. And then I thought about it some more. But did we really ask? No, we asked. We were asking for those movies in the first universe.
Yes.
We were asking. And so now they have built this universe. And, but it's at some point they forgot the fans and to kind of like, I guess, to get an idea of what, all right, this is what we're doing, but, how is this going to attract fans? How is it going to attract new fans? It's almost like, all right, this is what we're doing. And it's kind of like not quite working the way.
I think, and part because it's the fact that people, the original, everybody knew them.
These were all people everybody knew
who they
grew
were.
Grew up watching and listening and reading.
And Marvel as a whole is so vast. The characters are numerous.
Yeah.
To where, and I get it, they may want to bring more in, but you have to do it in such a way that people get to know them first.
Yes.
And it almost seems like they're trying to do too much too soon. Or too much too fast.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a better way to put it. It's like, you want things to happen, it's like you the first set was here, and now you're trying to stay up there, but it's
you had to build that.
Yeah, and that foundation was even already there before they even started. Yeah, they had Marvel. Marvel had some. Well, now I don't know how much it was Marvel, but there were some earlier movies. Some of those same characters or some other Marvel characters that didn't do well at all. But over time, as they got better with it, then they were able to to go forward. But now it's like, okay, you reach that point, and of course you want to do better or at least do as well. But it's just not. It's not being done the same.
No,
it's not being handled the same. I even have to wonder, and I don't want to try to be like jumping around, but even with like the movies, the first set of movies, in between that, you had a show called The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And while I didn't really get to watch that the way I wanted to, but even in there were bits and pieces that kind of pointed to things in the movie.
Exactly.
It almost seems like these stories now are trying to do the same thing, but it's just too many going on, and it's just so much going on to where it's almost kind of hard to follow. At least for me, anyway.
I really feel like and like Marvel, like the Marvel universe, at least from like the first versions of the universe, where it was like we actually got more of the actual stories behind the characters. I feel like now they're trying to almost like display the timeline so much that it's like everybody has a brick, like a small brick, and like we have to show you everybody's little brick. And I feel like all of those little pieces are what actually really like make it really confusing. Because you're looking and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know that this portion could attract to the Spider-Verse and how the Spider-Verse could actually be a portion to like Loki and stuff like that. But like when I was just kind of like re-looking at like the Loki movie, and then I saw on YouTube that they were talking about how like so much of the MCU universe was just all put together, and I was like, okay, well let's see. And I'm looking, and it was so many pieces that it almost like became like hard to like keep focus.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely like the MCU now is way more it's a lot in like one tiny space. Because if we look at it, right, what made the original 6, what also made that whole success story work, I've said it before. One, if you look at those movies, right, it was 10 years in the making.
Yes.
But if you look at it was like 6 years, and all we had was like 5 movies, in like the first 6 years. That's all you had. Like in between each movie, you had to wait at least a year before you got the next. Not even like Iron Man came out, and you had to wait like 2 years, not even before the next Iron Man movie, but before the next Marvel movie, before we got anybody else.
Yep.
Now it's like we getting 2 or 3 a year, not including the shows. Like 2 or 3 movies, not including the shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fam, who is supposed to keep up and watch all of this and remember all of it?
And the movies have cameos. Like they have small portions too.
Yeah.
Just like with the Eternals, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean that there, and then you had Shang-Chi with the. To me, I mean it just seemed like a lot, and like you said, with all the other shows coming into play as well, it's just like again trying to keep track of exactly all that's happening, and trying to figure out where everything is going. Where are they going with all of this?
Yeah, well, an article recently did come out that Shang-Chi and Eternals were experiments by Marvel to see what reception would be like in introducing new characters into the MCU. Which might explain why we haven't seen or heard from either of them since the movies came out.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm glad you said that.
I like how you said good, but then stopped yourself.
Yeah. you know how I feel about Shang-Chi.
And I'm really said it because I was kind of wondering how they were tying in because again, granted, Kang showed up first in the Ant-Man movie, I think that was his first appearance.
Loki was first. Season 1 of Loki.
Season 1 at the end.
Okay, well, the show. I'm thinking about the actual movies, but okay, I get that, whatever. But again, and it seems to then continue from there. But like you said, those other two, it's like, okay, what? It's like, and it was cool. I think it was at the end of the Eternals, or at the end of Shang-Chi where they showed Black Widow and I think the Hulk, right? They were told, somebody was told it wasn't.
It was Wong.
Yeah, it was Wong.
No, it was Wong, the Hulk, and Captain Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because Black Widow was dead
That's
by then.
right. Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah, it was Wong, Bruce, and Captain Marvel.
So, but again, it just seems like, where is all this going? It's kind of nice to see characters, but if there's no real story, and that's what's always been for me, is got to be a good story behind it.
It's got to be a good story.
I've shared that with you. One of the things that I liked, and not trying to deviate, but even. But like Star Trek, the stories were great. The initial stories, especially because they dealt with things that back in the '60s that people were dealing with, so it kind of helped. Mm-hmm. So even now, what are all the stories about? Even like that episode we were watching briefly of the House of Pain last night, whatever, where as the grandson was tricked by somebody pretending to be a girl coming to see him, and it was an actual guy, an actual predator.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, it's so it is important. I mean, at least they have something to really say about it at all. So.
No, I agree 100%. But to answer your question, the Marvel is going right to hell. It is tragic, man. Like so much has come out in like the last couple of days.
Yeah.
And it's like things just keep getting like it's like you see more and more that no one has any idea anymore as to what is going on at Marvel and the direction we're headed. But before we go into like the bad, one more thing of good is that the new Blade movie is going to be rated R. It's going against initial reports that it was going to be rated PG-13.
Really?
Yes. When it first came out that there was going to be a Blade movie, it was going to be rated PG-13, but it will be rated R.
What were the original ones rated? Were they
R. They were rated R.
Yeah, the originals were R.
Yeah, because I'm hoping now that because it's rated R, one of my favorite lines in the original Blade series comes back. And they try to redo it again, just see if they could recapture the magic. And that was when you first see Blade and he's in the police station, someone shoots him, like the cop comes in and he like shoots him like 3 times. And in true Wesley Snipes form, he looks at him and he says, "MFer, are you crazy?" And the guy just takes off running.
Okay, I remember that scene.
So I'm hoping that, since it is now rated R and, we can curse. Although all of the limits are removed, that, they could put that line, sneak that line back in there as just a nod and a hint to the original. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Also good, the show Echo, that is going to be released.
I had no idea about that one, but go ahead.
I'm looking forward to this show for one reason and one reason alone.
Kingpin?
No.
No? Okay, go ahead.
The one reason I'm looking forward to this show is the fact that an article came out that stated that you do not have to have seen anything else in the MCU in order to watch this show.
Good. That's a good thing.
Like, you don't have to have seen anything else.
That's a good thing.
To watch this show. Yeah. And that alone, okay.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued now. You got me.
But that then, I guess for me, then, back to the question, so is this just a standalone, or is this somehow going to tie in eventually anyway?
See, again,
it's like that's
a great question.
Is there a point to
That's
this,
a great question.
other than trying to maybe get people's minds off of the craziness?
It could be a point of just trying to get people's minds off of the craziness.
It could be that.
And so they're like, listen, we're going to give you one that you don't have to watch anything. Because again, none of the characters in this show are new.
Yeah.
Echo is not a new character. She's been in the MCU before.
Yes.
Daredevil is in this, and he's been in he's in the MCU. Kingpin is in the MCU. Yeah. But the fact that I don't have homework going into this movie.
Yeah.
It's a big plus because like even now going into the Marvels, if you haven't seen Secret Invasion, you need to go watch it before you go see the Marvels. If you haven't seen any of the other Marvel movies, like if you haven't watched Miss Marvel, then you need to go watch that before you go watch the Marvels. If you haven't seen WandaVision,
You need to go back here.
You were living your life beautifully, but now you can't because you have to watch it before you go watch the Marvels.
And you wonder sometimes if all of this is a marketing ploy because to make you go back and watch those other ones. Because again, it's like, all right, because in order for you to really appreciate the Marvels, you're going to be sitting there. If you've not looked at Ms. Marvel, if you have not looked at WandaVision, you'll be sitting there wondering who these characters are and where they came from. Even though there is a little bit of a nod towards the black character. I'm gonna say the black character, but her name is Proton.
Yes,
there is a nod to her going all the way back to the first Captain Marvel movie, because I don't know if it's the same actress, but there you do see that character in that the black girl who plays her friend, and when they were training together, that's who ends up being the character Proton, who in the comic books was also called Captain Marvel. So besides the male Captain Marvel, there have been 2 female Captain Marvels, one white and one black. No, actually the female Captain Marvel was not called Captain Marvel. She was called Miss Marvel. And so again, that whole thing is confusing. But again, if you read the books, if you read the books, then you probably understand more. They didn't go too much into it in the actual series or in the movies, but they gave you enough that you could. But in order to watch this movie, if you have not watched Ms. Marvel, if you have not watched, what was the other one? WandaVision, you're kind of like going to be, all right. I'm not gonna say you won't enjoy it, but you'll be sitting there.
Yeah,
wondering,
you're gonna have more questions.
Yeah, you're gonna have more questions.
Uncle Greg, real quick, can you just pull the mic, like the whole stand, just
towards
shift
me?
it? Yeah, like push that part forward.
Okay.
So there you go.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Yeah. So it's gonna be, again, and it's interesting because it's like the more they try to give us. And I don't know if I don't know again if it's a marketing thing or what. They're just trying to make money. But the more they give us, the more complicated they make things. The first, it was not that complicated.
It wasn't.
It really was. This whole thing, and this is why another reason why I'm not crazy about time travel themes, because they can be really complicated. They can. Yeah.
And I think even more than time travel, but the whole multiverse thing.
Yeah.
That can be so confusing, though it's not new at all. It's
not.
been around in science fiction since forever, but it can be. Even, the whole, it's like, it's just, and especially when they then start to come together, because then it's almost possible to get lost in terms of, okay, which reality is this one? And stuff like that. In terms of, is it what we consider the normal reality, or is it, or is it something else? And it's just, it can be hard to keep up with. While it can be entertaining, as in Spider-Man and the multiverse, some of that was kind of good, but even that for me, some of it was like, okay, wait, I was a little confused. I think in the first one, second one was definitely better, and I got to understand it more. But sometimes it's like, okay, this is just. It almost, again, just for me, but it almost seems like they're reaching. It almost seems like they're just trying to, just trying to retell stuff. And we even talked about it when you said that supposedly Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Iron Man. And again, it's almost like, okay, because is it because they're failing so bad that they have to do something like that?
Possibly.
And then use the multiverse as a reason to say why he's alive in this universe.
Yeah.
And that's stuff like that. It's just,
Yeah, and I gotta give credit to DC, because that is one thing that they explain better than Marvel. At least in terms of like putting it on screen, because one thing they have it numbered. And they do number it Spider-Man. Not in the series. They what's the name briefly brought it up. Mysterio in the second Spider-Man, and that's kind of how DC works, because he's like, I'm from Earth 238.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And it's like, okay, he's from Earth like 541. And the Spider-Verse comic book. I read that. I really enjoyed that book. But it was one of the things that just it's explained better in the comics, and it's not translating well to the big screen. They aren't taking enough time to they're just like, hey, listen, just enjoy this and watch it, and just, don't worry about
just know that it's overlapping.
Just know that, there are multiple universes, period. So look, we get to see everyone be everything and be everywhere all at once.
But how, again, for me, the story. But how's all that tying into
also,
the story?
if you watch that movie, then you'll understand everything.
Which movie?
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
If you watch that movie, all of this multiverse stuff will definitely make a whole lot more sense.
That movie, and I've said that before in a previous pod, that movie made more sense out of the whole multiverse thing than anything that's been done to date.
Yes.
That's been done to date. You want to really understand the multiverse concept and everything? Watch that movie.
Because it definitely does a fantastic job
of explaining
multiverses and how things work.
Yeah.
And Marvel is just not. They're not doing good. They're not doing good. I read an article recently that the original 6 they're thinking about bringing back the original 6 for one more Avengers movie.
I was about to say, I heard that same thing.
Yes.
Really?
They're thinking about bringing back the original 6. And I'm like, so you had me bawling my eyes out in a movie theater watching Iron Man die for nothing?
For nothing. Yeah.
If you just going to bring him back? Like, what was the point of all of that then?
Yeah.
But I heard the same thing about them bringing him back, but they're technically bringing him back to kind of like kill him off to start the universe again,
At the
to
end
kind
of
of
the
like
day.
re-explain how everybody actually had a part.
They had the chance to do that in Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now they're trying to redo it again.
Like, because I feel like Endgame was the perfect opportunity for them to say, okay, cool, let's go back to telling individual stories. And then should we decide later down the line to bring people together for another story, we can do that. What the original movies did that was so great was they were individual stories that hinted small, minute hints that these were connected to other stories.
You had no idea where this was going until the end. Until Infinity Wars.
And it would be like something as simple as just a name drop. Like a name drop. Or like if you're paying attention to the screen, you see you see someone on a screen. It's as simple as that. But you don't have to make you don't have to make these stories so complicated.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's complicated. It's
complicated.
way too complicated because you're trying to keep it all together. And the more you do that, the more you poke holes where there were no holes. Mm-hmm. Like the more you add, the more like it's like, bro, I'm like, there's a leak, and the more you put out, there's just more leaks and more leaks and more leaks and more leaks, and it's just like, bro, what are we doing here? Okay. And it makes superhero movie fatigue.
Yeah.
Become more of a reality because it's like, I'm tired.
Mm-hmm. It's like you don't want to have to continually just be thinking. Sometimes you want to just enjoy something.
Yeah, you just want to enjoy the movie for what it is.
Be excited, be happy, be glad, be sad, whatever it is. But you don't want to have to analyze. Okay, and you start like to where that now that's you almost have your guard up now. Okay, I can't just sit back and chill and enjoy it, have my popcorn and soda and be happy. Now I have to really pay attention. I have to focus on what's being said. I can't miss any word at all.
Got to be prepared to do homework.
Exactly. It's like,
right. And even more than that, right? Let's say if it wasn't for the fact that I know that this the Marvels is connected to the MCU as a whole, I'd skip it.
Yeah, you probably.
I'd skip it altogether.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go see it.
Yeah.
WandaVision would have never seen the light of day. Like for me, like I never would have watched WandaVision
And I had such high hopes for that. I really, because again, I like the characters, but I was like, I didn't get it.
I liked WandaVision.
It's okay.
Listen, look, and that is fine.
Look,
that's fine.
Because at the end of the day, you and I are still friends, and it's okay. It don't matter.
Like, that's cool.
It's good.
And honestly, that's great because again, there are a large number of people who, like you, really enjoyed WandaVision.
I really enjoyed
I just
it.
was not one of them. And again, I wouldn't have watched it if I didn't have to.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Because again, and I didn't watch it thinking that it tied into a bigger part of the universe. I just didn't. I watched it because I just wanted to.
I did.
Yeah, I didn't really think it.
Like
did.
I knew.
Yeah,
Because I was like, Vision's dead.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you can just keep him there.
And I kind of wanted, to see where they were going to go with that, but I'm glad I did watch it because again, it's tying into all of the stuff that's happening now.
Yes.
But
Best thing to come out of WandaVision was Agatha.
yeah, that was,
And I can't wait for her show.
yeah,
I can't wait for her show because it was Agatha all along.
yeah.
But yeah, like, there was a couple of movies I would have skipped. Just like,
And I'm gonna throw this out there. Maybe I'm getting ahead, but I'm gonna throw this out there now because of the fact that they've complicated things so much. That's why Marvel finds themselves in the position that they're in now, because now they're in a position where now they've made Kang the focus of this next series of movies.
Yes.
And now they got to make a decision, and it's a really bad. I think it'll be a really bad decision, and so I hope you're listening, Marvel. That it would be a really bad decision to cancel Jonathan Majors and cancel. So in other words, they're talking about canceling that whole Kang,
the whole
thing.
timeline and switching.
And
No,
switching
that would
to
be a
something.
bad idea.
That would be a really bad idea, I think, because now you have invested. Everybody's been invested into watching and seeing where this is going, and so now you go, it didn't happen.
An alternative would be, and honestly, Marvel, if you do this, run me my check, because an alternative would be, you're talking about multiverses.
Yeah.
Yes? Multiverses. Cool. Should he be found guilty in a court of law of everything that he's being charged with?
Yes.
Cool. Don't pivot from the story. Change the actor and say it's a multiverse thing.
There you go.
This is the
There you
new
go.
Kang.
You can use Doctor Strange to do that.
There are so many things
You could swap because again, if you look at the end of Quantumania when all the Kangs were there,
Yeah. Which was my favorite scene.
most of them all looked like Jonathan Major's character.
Yeah.
But if you pay close attention, there were some like green creatures. There was some like
Even like Loki, even
Loki and Sylvie.
Yeah, Sylvie, and even in the first series, one of them was a type of lizard.
Yes, one of them was a lizard.
Yeah,
one of them was an actual alligator. And again, fantastic scene that was. Like, but none of in Loki, you can't say that scene wasn't great. That scene was hilarious.
Oh, hilarious! Yeah, but only because of the fact that it was like, what the heck am I watching?
It was ludicrous, but in all the best. It was a very mischievous scene with the god of mischief.
All right, I'll give you that.
But none of them looked the same. It wasn't until we got Kang where now everyone looks alike. You could still have the same character and don't have a single person look the same, take the same Loki route, and there you go. Should he be found guilty? Cool. I understand he can no longer play the role. Should he be found guilty? Great. Remove him from the role,
no problem.
but don't kill the storyline that you have just spent the last couple of years pushing.
Yeah.
Especially when he's the controller of your timeline.
Because
technically.
it's going to fail spectacularly. Now you can, if you want shorten this, the whole Kang storyline, you could shorten it because I don't know how long they were expected to run with Kang, but you could shorten it and then pivot to Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be an immediate pivot.
No.
Like he came out of bro, y'all just figured out who the Fantastic Four was going to be.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, that would not be good. It was
Like, and we got to get a successful Fantastic Four movie off the ground before we start talking about Doctor Doom being the big bad in the MCU.
Yeah, yeah.
Start there, small baby steps.
Yeah,
baby steps. Nah. Before
Yeah,
you gotta crawl before you can walk.
But yeah, they've complicated things so much that now they have this minor, and it really is. I'm not saying what he did was minor, but it's a minor snag. Change, like you said, change the actor.
Change the actor.
Ordinarily, that's what they would have done in back in the day, and in cinema history. Whenever there's been an issue where with an actor or with a character, and then the actor playing the character could die, could quit, or could whatever.
And I'm sorry, and then that's exactly what happened from Iron Man 1 and
Exactly.
Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Colonel
Rose changed,
went from light-skinned Colonel Rose to
dark-skinned.
dark-skinned Colonel Rose.
Light skin tall, the dark skin short.
Like, come on, it's there are other ways to do it without killing the overall story. Now, you will have to find someone fantastic because, again, as Kang the Conqueror in all of his forms, Jonathan Majors has been killing this role.
Yo, for real.
Okay, now you guys like the series, and I just want to see what your take on it was. What about
The Afro one?
Yeah, that one.
I like Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
I like Frederick Douglass.
I was trying to
I like Frederick Douglass.
Frederick Douglass Kang.
Yeah. I like Frederick Douglass Kang.
And I think that there's still a part of him in there. You can see it. Though his mindset is maybe different. He may not be as maniacal, maybe. But that intellect, that intelligence, that is all there. And I think I like the fact that because he's just different. He's not he's playing it in a different way. But I think it works well.
I did not dislike the performance. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good one. Critics did not like it. Critically,
what do they know?
I know. We don't.
What do they know?
We don't listen to critics.
I don't listen to critics.
But
they don't even follow the universe.
Yeah, exactly. I thought his performance was interesting. It was interesting enough. It made me watch. It made me watch him.
I thought it was good because if we're being honest, if you go because Frederick Douglass Kang is way different from He Who Remains.
Yes.
He Who Remains is way different from Kang the Conqueror.
Yes.
And mind you, this is the same person acting in 3 completely different roles where you could you see
you know who it is physically.
You know who it is physically, but you would think that someone else is playing the role.
Yeah.
Even the scene, again, going back to the end of Quantumania, the Kangs that were in that room discussing it were 3 completely different, they were completely different characters played by the same actor. And to have the ability to, not many people have the ability to completely separate and give each new character their own identity.
Exactly.
But still have you feel like they're on the same level. You can tell. That's the one thing you could tell. There are no Frederick Douglass Kang could do the same amount of damage as you saw in his time period. He was only not successful because he said it himself. The technology he had wasn't able, it wasn't adequate to his brain power.
Okay.
So you give the same man, if you up the technology so that it's on the level of his brain, that man is Frederick Douglass Kang is a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he was already a problem.
Yeah, he was already.
With the limited resources that he had. You give him extra resources, big problem. Which is, again, the problem with Kang. The more resources that man has, he becomes a problem.
Yeah. And if you read the comic books, if the whole thing with Kang, which I'd forgotten until I saw Quantumania, is the fact that Kang exists in different. They even in the comic book they explored that he exists in different. He existed in the Fantastic Four universe. He was called he was an Egyptian. but I forgot what the character was called. But he's existed in several different forms.
Yeah.
And across the comic book and the written MCL.
Yeah.
So it's no stretch. It was not, that part wasn't a stretch for me, but it was just interesting to see that they did that, they addressed that. But again, because of the fact that, again, they have invested in Jonathan Majors, my thing, and they made this thing so complicated. Now it's like, okay, they're thinking about scrapping the whole thing, and I'm like, what are you going to do that for? Why would you scrap the whole thing or rewrite the whole story instead of just saying, all right, we'll just get somebody else to play the role, if it even comes to that? Because right now they're scrambling, even though the case has not gone to court or anything like that, or it's gone to court, but there have been no definitive outcomes. There's not a definitive outcome. Yeah.
So, like, I get that,
Yeah.
plan, but just do what you've been doing. Like, there was a time where we had absolutely no clue what Marvel was doing and or thinking behind the scene.
And I like
so start having secret meetings.
Yeah, I like it like that.
Secret auditions.
Yep.
Like, put them out through the dark channels that I know are there, and start just looking at on paper, just looking at possible replacements. Should this go this way? Mm-hmm. Now, again, hopefully, if the man is innocent of the crime, I hope it goes his way.
Yeah.
Because again, he did phenomenal at the role. He's doing a phenomenal job at the role.
I think he's a good actor, and he just gets better.
Yes,
with time.
Like, everything I see the man in is just like, bro, you killed that role. Like,
he's
so. But yeah, that's just the problem. Mahershala Ali almost left Blade.
Yeah,
he almost left Blade.
Yeah,
and it took a long time for me to get on board with Mahershala Ali playing Blade.
First, exactly.
Not saying the man is a bad actor by any means, but I didn't see it. Because I've seen him try to play the evil cool character. Not even like evil cool, but like he doesn't seem to have that swag.
That bad guy, or not bad guy. Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like that bad guy swag.
Evil character.
Yeah, like, because Blade wasn't evil, but like there was an aura around Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
very true.
Yeah,
as Blade. That I just don't think Mahershala Ali has. Yeah. I will gladly be proven wrong. I will come back in here and say, my bad, I was wrong. I didn't think you could do it, but you've done it. There were plenty of people who I didn't think would be good at their role, but then when I watched it, you were good. You proved me wrong. I apologize. Cool. You're great at your job. But I had just gotten cool. Or like not cool, but okay with him being the new Blade. Because I don't think, I think Wesley Snipes could pull off one more.
Yeah.
At least one more.
At least one more, Make a cameo or something. With the multiverse, he can. That would be cool if he at least made a cameo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at least let him make a cameo. Like, bro, if you pull him back, Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
To still be Magneto and Professor X, you could call Wesley Snipes for one more.
Are they talking about doing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they really talking about?
They're coming to the next movie.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Them, the original Wolverine,
Deadpool.
Wait.
Deadpool.
They're reprising their roles in Deadpool.
Wait. So the wheelchairs will be necessary in this.
Yes.
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 It's like, wait a minute. I don't remember Magneto being in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Well, no. See, in his case, he wouldn't
have
the role.
He would just be sitting there.
I was going wherever.
And the chair would just go.
Yo, I'm a jumper, but that scene in number 2 when
he pulled the metal out that man.
Dude, and then that was the coolest thing. I was like, this dude is bad. He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. But I mean, yeah, they're older. Though to his credit, I think Patrick Stewart still looks pretty. I mean, he still
look good.
Now, I don't know about Ian McKellen, but Patrick Stewart is still, he seems still physically.
It's all that green tea.
That's because Earl Grey.
Earl Grey.
And if we're being honest, Patrick Stewart looked 70 since he was 30.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like he's looked about 70, 75 since he was 30.
Yeah.
So I mean, at one point it's like he took an accelerated route and then was just like, all right, cool, we're gonna stop right here.
Yeah.
And we're not going to age no more.
We're just gonna let the body catch up.
We're just going, we just going to let the body catch up. We're just not going to age no more. But yeah, I'm excited. That's still slated. Deadpool is still slated to come out next year.
Yeah. And they're going to be and they're both appearing.
Yes,
in Deadpool.
they'll both be
Wow.
appearing.
Okay.
Along with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
I was to say,
And I heard also what's the name?
Who?
Elektra. I don't know how, but they said
Jennifer Garner?
Yeah, they said
Really?
there's been rumors. They've been hearing rumors and seen her on set.
Didn't she die?
In real life?
No, in Deadpool.
Oh.
I mean, not Deadpool.
No.
In Daredevil.
In Daredevil,
She
but
died.
they brought her back in Elektra. Have you ever seen Elektra?
No.
See, that's
No.
they bring her back in Elektra.
I thought that was a dumb idea.
No, they brought her back.
I'm like, fam, she
but
didn't.
you know what? They do the same thing in Daredevil, in the series that they did, and they were on what was it? What was it, Netflix?
It was on Netflix. Yes.
Yeah, or the series they did on Netflix. They bring her back on to life. They never went any further with it, but she dies, and the group, the Hand, they do bring her back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was watching that for a couple of seasons, and then somehow I just kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I was watching that. I was watching Luke Cage. I liked that. It was pretty good. And then they started bringing in the other two characters, and I never went any further.
Yeah, I never went back because again, it was just too much for me. Because it was like, in order to watch, because they did the Defenders.
Yeah.
But in order to watch the Defenders, you had to watch Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm cool because I watched Luke Cage and Daredevil, but I don't watch Jessica Jones or Iron Fist. So it was like, cool. So I'm not going to do that. And then when the next season of Daredevil came out after the Defenders, and I was like, but if I didn't watch the Defenders, I'm not, because it takes place after that. So I'm like, I can't watch that now because I haven't watched the Defenders, and I'm not finna go back and watch Jessica Jones and Iron Fist just to watch the Defenders, just to watch this next season of Daredevil. So you know what? I'll see it when I see it.
Yeah. See, that's when, again, it was around about that thing that things started to get really complicated, where stuff was so dependent upon, it was like, all right, come on, y'all. Come on. How much more of this stuff do you want me to watch? And instead of doing them like as one-offs, maybe just do a movie. Do a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do a movie. It's like a 10 series show.
Right.
And you're sitting there like,
We even do like a 3, like was
something.
with the
Continental?
Yeah. The
Exactly.
Yeah.
Three part movie.
3 and done.
Yeah,
3 and done.
That's it.
3 and done.
Yeah.
1 season.
And
3
they were
and
actually,
done.
I was reading an article about that too with the Marvel series and how they are going forward. They are shifting how they are going to be writing and directing the series, because essentially what these series have attempted to be was just extended films. Mm-hmm. So it's like, but that method of storytelling is just not working.
Nah.
So they're gonna just go back to like actually, telling full, drawn out stories, and just they're like gonna swap out some of the writers and the directors for the shows,
Okay.
to make it look like a more coherent piece and story, which I think would be cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
We'll see.
but you had to. It started before that, before the Defenders, because if you didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then if you did watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Age of Ultron would have made a lot more sense to you on your first watch.
Yeah. Yep.
Because the last season, like there was a season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that led directly into Age of Ultron.
Yep.
Yeah, see, I always wanted to watch that, but I just never. I think because kind of didn't catch it initially, and then I fell so far behind. I wasn't trying to play catch up. So
yeah, I did the same thing you did. I watched it initially, and then all of a sudden, I kind of like just fell off, and then it was just
got away from me.
It got away from me, and it was just too much to go back and try and watch.
Yeah.
It's still kind of on my radar.
It is. It's still there.
It's still kind of on my radar, but I just haven't been able to gone back and watch.
My problem is now it's no longer on Netflix, so I don't remember what season I left off on.
Yeah, I don't even remember what season I left off on. But
when they took a lot of
on
things
Disney.
off Netflix, that really messed me up.
Nah, they took it off. They took it off Netflix because Disney Plus came out.
Disney Plus,
but Disney Plus doesn't remember where I was at on
Exactly.
Netflix when I was watching it, so they're not going to be able to tell me where I was at, so I could just pick back up where I left off.
So, but it is on Disney Plus.
Yes, it is on Disney Plus in its entirety.
Yeah.
Because it did finish.
Yeah, it did finish.
It did finish. But
did.
it is one of those.
how many seasons is that?
It lasted.
There's a lot.
It lasted
There's
pretty.
a lot.
That's not helping none, but okay, never mind.
Yeah.
No,
And it's back when TV shows had more than 10
yeah,
episodes a
had more
season.
than 10. That's why I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Because I think that one was like 22
22
episodes a season.
episodes a season.
And they were like
An hour.
an hour each.
Yeah.
An hour each.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, you can get through it. I mean, I used to do that with Supernatural and just bang those out. Just season. That was fun for me. I don't think I could do it now, though.
Yeah.
It would have to be really good. Or so I'm just too invested in to just not finish it now.
In order for me to do something like that, it would have to be something I really. So I could do that with Supernatural because I really love Supernatural. I don't know if I could do that with Agents of Shield because where I liked it. Yeah, it's like, am I going to sit here for 12 hours and watch? Yeah.
And mine was a lot of the main the characters that I liked. They left the show. They were gone off the show.
Yeah.
So I was like, do I really want to keep? I think that was honestly the part of it. It was like after there was this one super emotional episode. That was one of 4 TV episodes that had me shed that Denzel tear from glory. Because like 3 of the main characters left, and it was just like a tender moment because they were they couldn't say goodbye. Mm-hmm. So what they did was, in true spy fashion, because again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they're all spies. Mm-hmm. What they did was they all met up at a bar. And they all had a drink, and they like put the drinks in the air, and like everybody was just in there crying.
Yeah, I remember that scene.
Yeah, and I was doing fine, but then again, like tall black man, big black man, like the camera pans to him, and he is sobbing like a child. Like he is sobbing like a child, and I said, "Yep, you got me. You got me. All right." You got me, sir.
I remember that scene, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, because they started putting in not mutants, they weren't mutants. That's when they tried to add the Inhumans to it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that when that was
That's
around
when
the
they
time
tried to add the Inhumans.
which they're talking about bringing back. I don't know how or when, but
Well, Boltigan is he already dead?
who?
Boltigan.
Who's that?
The dude with the
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt. There you go.
Yeah, Black Bolt.
He dead already.
That was on one of the time in the. You're talking about from the Marvel?
Yeah, Scarlet Witch killed him.
Oh yeah, well, that was on a multiverse thing.
Yeah, that was honestly one of the dumbest things. Like, bro, it's almost as bad as villains monologuing. Because like, yo, you have this super powerful weapon, and you've got the Scarlet Witch. Why on God's green earth would you tell her that if he opened his mouth, you gonna die instantly?
Yeah.
When you could have just said, he know where your kid at.
Yeah.
He gonna whisper it in your ear.
That would have been a good scene.
He know where your kid at.
Ask him.
Ask him. He gonna tell you.
He'll tell you.
He gonna whisper it in your ear. And then just let him, boom, problem solve.
That would have been a good scene.
Again, They don't ask me stuff.
Yeah, I know. They don't ask. They don't ask.
They don't ask me stuff.
Ask the fans. We got good stuff going on.
I got good ideas. I got some ideas.
We got good stuff going on.
Because, I got good ideas. But yeah, man. I don't know what's going on in Marvel.
Yeah, me neither.
I have no idea.
I don't think Marvel does.
I don't think we
I don't think they do either.
That's the thing.
I really feel like the writer's room is looking like a lot of guys just kind of sitting there and be like, so what did you do last week?
Yeah. I'm losing faith.
Yeah.
I'm losing faith. Which is unfortunate because I had just started to rebuild my faith after watching Guardians of the Galaxy and what was the other movie? Why can't I think of the other movie? Into the Spider-Verse? No, Beyond the Spider-Verse. That was good though.
Yeah, that was before Guardians.
It was good. It was a little confusing, but it was good.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Good though. But like Guardians of the Galaxy, and there was another movie that I saw that just had me like it started to restore my faith in the MCU and let me know that superhero fatigue. It was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like watching the two of those just like restored like the faith I had in the MCU and their ability to continue to tell compelling, interesting stories. And Loki is doing that as well, but I'm super nervous about going to see the Marvels this weekend. Super nervous.
Yeah.
Especially given everything that has been coming out
Yeah.
about Marvel lately. I am super nervous that no one knows what they're doing or has any idea as to what's next. And they're just kind of winging it. And that's not something you want to do with a multi-billion dollar entity.
Nah, you don't want to just wing it.
Like, fam, you kidding me? You saw what Endgame did. Like,
Yeah.
you saw what it finished. You saw what the first Avengers did.
Yeah.
Like the power you had leading up to the very first Avengers movie, and then culminating that with Captain America saying Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
The chills that you just had in a movie theater. Like
Again.
where is that?
Again, you will never, and I've said this before, you will never, and so Marvel, you won't get that again. You will.
I would hope they would. I would hope they, but again, it's going to take time again to build up.
The recreation of this universe.
And to where, but it can't be something that they just copy. It's got to be something different, something original. But I'd like to think that it could happen again.
I don't. Again, that moment.
Yeah, I don't think that moment is going to happen again. I do think that,
and the kind of moments that were generated in that first series, those are moments that will not be. And so you do yourself a disservice by trying to recreate those moments. When I say recreate,
that would be a very big mistake. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
when you're trying to
mistake.
that would be a big mistake because you won't get. It's almost like and I've used this as an analogy before. It's almost like Michael Jackson, greatest entertainer of all time. He plateaued at Thriller. Everything he did after Thriller was trying to recreate Thriller. Thriller was a moment in time and a moment in his career that could never be duplicated. Could not be duplicated. You could improve upon it. You could do something like it, maybe even close to it, but you will never. He spent the rest of his career trying to redo that. And everything, and I'm not saying he didn't do well. He did phenomenal. He was still one of the greatest entertainers that ever lived. And he did phenomenal things. But Thriller, no. None of the projects he did after that were still equal to what he did in Thriller. Thriller is a classic and it will always be a classic. It'll be the album that everybody goes back to as being when he plateaued, when he got to the highest he could ever go to. So here's the thing. So when they did Endgame, to try to duplicate that again, you're making it, and in the process of trying to recreate that, you've made this, and this has been a big mess. This has just been a big mess, and it just gets more and more complicated. Instead of you just saying, well, what was the initial plan of all of this? Well, first of all, nobody knew. You told us too much.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You told us too much. Whereas before, it was just like, here's this. Like you said, here's this. All right. Here's that. And you hear a hint of this. You hear a hint of that. But now you've told us too much. You was like, here, we're going to give you a whole listing of all the movies that we're going to do and how they're connected. And then, and then now it's like, oh, crap. How are we going to do that?
Mm-hmm. It's too much. Now I do get you have had to pivot in some aspects, because no one expected Chadwick Boseman to die. So that definitely like just threw a major wrench, because I'm almost positive he was set to be one of the next leaders to take the MCU, like to keep the torch going and keep it going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So losing him just kind of threw a wrench in both the individual franchise as well as the MCU as a whole, because I stand by what I said. Though black people do not make bad movies, it was a bad decision to give the mantle to Shuri, and I stand on it.
Yeah. It sounded good. You see, they're doing all these things that sound good on paper. And it sounds good on paper.
No, it don't sound like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah, well, they think it sounds good on paper. They put all these plans up, and they put the storyboard up on how it's going to go, and then something happens that throws a monkey wrench in the whole works. But now you've already told us, the fans, that this is what we can expect, and so this is what we were expecting, and now you're telling us,
we can't get it.
You can't deliver.
We can't do it.
We can't do it. And so, all right, so well, you can't do it. So what are you going to do?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You know, they're all sitting in like you said, in the rooms. Like, so what'd you do for the week?
How did you rewrite that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we now. Oh, now we got to rewrite all this stuff.
All right.
Also, I'm sorry.
No, just what was I about to say? The Marvels out of 10. What are your prejudgment out of 10? What are we giving it?
You know what? I'm hoping for a 7, but I've been let down before. I'm thinking it's going to end up with like a 4th.
I don't know that I've seen enough trailers to even kind of really even hazard a guess. Sometimes, especially with movies like that, because I wasn't a big fan of Miss Marvel either. So I'm like, okay, I'm not expecting a lot. So I don't know. I think that my level of disappointment won't be so great, because I'm not going in thinking it's going to be a fantastic movie, because I don't know. But I would hope for a 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. And I don't know that it would go higher than that.
Yeah.
Based upon what I've seen, which wasn't a lot. But who knows? I mean, I could be pleasantly surprised and would be happy to be so.
I will definitely give it a 7, because I am looking forward to the collide of all of the different universes. Just kind of like, I guess, in the aspect of knowing that the Spider-Verse is supposed to really be integrated with this, I would really like to see how things are going to just implode on top of themselves.
What do you give it?
I was giving it a 3.
Dang.
A 3 out of 10.
But then again, you may have seen more videos and clips.
Yeah, no, I did myself a disservice, because I did say when this movie first came out that I was going to avoid
The trailers
and just go see the movie. But as you run a podcast page, people do have questions.
Yeah.
People do want to know your thoughts and or opinions. In order to have effective conversation, you need to know what you are talking about. So I had to acquiesce and watch the trailer. And after doing so multiple times, I am giving it a 3.
Yeah.
You think it's going to be a complete letdown?
Yeah, complete letdown. Now again, since it's, the bar, to quote a phrase, is in hell. So I will gladly be wrong. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be great at all. Yeah.
I had higher hopes for it, but after with all the stuff like you said that's been going on lately, no, that's why I said a 7. I'm giving it a hopeful 7.
Hopeful. Yeah,
Hopeful 7.
That's too high. I'd be upset if I gave this movie a 7 and it wasn't there.
And it wasn't that a 7. Yeah.
I'm looking for a surprise.
Yeah, I'm looking for a surprise. I'm like you. I'm looking for a surprise.
Too, but,
I'm looking for something to go to this movie, have something explode, and then I'm gonna say what I usually say at that point. This is why I go see Marvel movies.
Yeah, I'm hoping for that, especially given the fact that I'm going to see it twice in a weekend. I need this movie. Like I said, it is a 3.
Yeah.
Please prove me wrong. Are you not entertained? Because again, I won't cancel. Like, we're going to see it Saturday first. I won't cancel the Sunday trip.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be excited about it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I won't be excited about it.
Yeah, and you'll.
And it's like the last couple Marvel movies that I've seen twice in theaters. I don't need to see them twice in theaters. Like, I'm going to see them twice in theaters because, go see with you. Then I do have another friend who I go see them with again. And that was beneficial initially because seeing Marvel movies the first time you watch them, there was just pure joy and excitement, and you just got caught up in that. Whereas seeing it a second time, the joy and excitement is gone. And now you can just sit and be like, is this actually a good movie, or was I just really excited to see it the first time?
Or is it Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Yes. Yes.
Matter of fact, you were the one that said,
there it goes. I knew I was.
You were the one that said we should watch that.
I knew I was taking a risk in mentioning it. I said, wait. I said, Kenny might do me like the Hulk, like the Hulk did Thor. It just goes boom.
Right.
Oh goodness.
Yes. But yeah, we can get out of here. But before we get out of here, as stated in the last pod, the Queen has thawed out.
Oh.
She is thawed out.
Yeah.
I hear the jingle bells everywhere.
Yeah.
And as stated, we cannot end this pod. Christmas is coming.
The goose is getting fat.
Okay. There are 39 new Christmas movies coming out this year.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw an article that said that. That's 39.
39 new Christmas movies coming out this year. We've already watched one of them. And it was a sequel to a movie that came out like last year.
Which one did you?
We watched
Wesley Christmas Wedding.
Wesley Christmas Wedding.
Okay.
That starred I can't think of his name.
Jasmine Guy
and Professor Ogilvy from the Parkers.
Okay. Yes.
And Kyle Barker was in it as well.
Kyle Barker.
But it was a follow up to a Wesley Family Christmas, which came out, I believe, either last year or the year before. But it wasn't horrible. It wasn't, the worst thing I've seen. I've seen, worse Christmas movies. It was black, of course, so I stand on black people.
So it was good.
It was good. It was good.
It was good.
Because again, black people don't make bad movies.
Bad movies.
That is a belief here at Convos with Your Mom's Favorites that black people do not make bad movies.
I know I saw the preview for one that's I can't remember the name of it, but I know Little Rel.
Yes.
And Ludacris are in it.
Yes.
That one looks pretty good. It looks interesting.
Yes, absolutely.
It looks interesting.
Again, it's black people.
Yeah, it looks interesting. That's like
at the very least, it's going to be funny.
Yeah,
because Lil Rel is funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
So at the very least, we're gonna get a couple laughs. And Ludacris, honestly, is good at the comedy antics.
Yeah,
so
he does comedy pretty good too.
He gives you great sarcasm.
Yeah.
Because he was definitely good in not good, but I kind of found some entertaining in Fear Factor.
Yeah.
As the host, he definitely kept it going for a year.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to 39 Christmas movies. I don't think I'm going to watch all 39.
Is there a list?
It was if you read the article further.
Yeah, I didn't read.
But I didn't read further in the article. Yeah, I didn't save it.
Didn't save the.
But I did
Those
see.
mostly Hallmark, or are they just movies that you just have to find on?
Yeah, it's just movies
various
elsewhere
platforms.
because I think the Little Round movie, I believe, is
That's
going to be
on
on Hulu. Netflix or Hulu.
Netflix
One of
or
them.
Hulu. One
Netflix,
of the
Hulu.
two. There's going to be a lot of them on Netflix, and a lot of them are going to be on Hulu.
On Hulu.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think Hallmark has like 39, but that is strictly Hallmark.
There's a new Santa Claus season being released.
So I didn't finish the first one.
You know?
No, I didn't finish the first one.
A new Santa Claus season.
The
Santa Clauses.
Oh, really?
On
Yeah.
Disney.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think
We started it, but we didn't finish it.
No, we did not.
Yeah, we didn't finish it.
I forgot all about
I didn't
that.
see it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't speak well
It's
of
about
it then.
Tim Allen and his kids.
Honest about it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna.
It doesn't speak well.
And he's trying to find a successor. He's retiring. Santa's retiring.
Yeah.
That's
And,
what
and this
the
is
series
this is
about.
going more into
Yeah.
that vein. Trying to figure out which of the kids will be the successor.
Yeah, I didn't finish it. It started off good, but again, it just wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't make me want to come back.
Yeah.
It did not. And like I said, the
you
fact that
didn't finish it.
I forgot all about it.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it didn't make me, like I said, it wasn't like it was bad. It was a good show, but it just didn't. It wasn't like, okay, one more episode. Like certain shows, I watch them and I'm like, okay, just one more and then we done. And then after you finish, you be like, okay, just one more.
Just one more.
Just one more. We're
Yeah.
done. But this wasn't that for me.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, I'll finish it because, I mean, it's Tim Allen. I didn't think that this show would be good because I don't think that there should have been more than one Santa Claus film.
Yeah.
The second one wasn't horrible.
No.
Yeah, but the third one is like, okay, no.
The third one was ridiculous.
Enough.
The third
Third
one
one was with Jack Frost, right?
Yeah. The third one was like enough.
Yeah, it was like, bro, just
Enough.
It's like, what are we still doing
Be
here?
like
Yeah.
the son and the preacher's wife. Mommy, make
Yeah,
it
it's
stop.
make it
stop. Yeah, that's enough.
like, stop already. Please, we have had enough.
Yeah.
We've had enough.
Matter of fact, now, like the most of the platforms have already released their the Halloween collections. They're now releasing their. I know Disney's already released their holiday their Christmas.
Oh yeah, because there aren't like this is what I don't get, right? Because people always say like y'all be skipping Thanksgiving and going right to Christmas. Y'all be skipping.
movies.
What Thanksgiving bangers you got that I can listen to in the month of November? Let me know. Let me know what Thanksgiving bangers other than the Shirley Caesar clip that's like 20 seconds long.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than
that's
that,
the
what
only-
you got?
Yeah.
Like, what is out there for me to listen to?
Yeah.
Show me the Thanksgiving movies that I could watch for the entire month of November until Thanksgiving. Other than a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving,
And
which
that one
isn't all that great to begin with.
It really is not.
And there's a new one, Thanksgiving. It's a horror film.
There sure is.
Yeah, it comes out.
There sure is a Thanksgiving horror film coming out.
Coming out this month.
Yes.
Take the kids.
I mean, if we look at the premise of Thanksgiving, it is kind of already a horror film.
Very.
You know,
Yeah.
What I did like since for on Christmas though, what was it Violent Night?
Oh yeah, that
Yes.
was good.
That was a great movie.
That
Yes.
was good.
It
That
was-
was,
Yes.
that was good.
That
loved
one was
it.
That is on my
And
list.
I think there is a sequel.
Are they
yes,
doing the sequel?
they have agreed to a
Are
sequel.
you kidding me?
No, they've agreed to a
Are they
sequel.
doing it this year?
I don't think
hope.
not this year. I think it's next year.
Yeah.
But they have agreed.
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
that
It
is-
was like Home Alone for adults.
Yeah.
But Home Alone was an adult movie, but it was like Home Alone mixed with like Saw.
Yeah.
No, it was like Die Hard Home Alone.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, like that.
Because he wasn't a killer to be killing.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? He was protecting
Protecting the
and
family.
and it was
Yeah.
good. I love it.
And
I
that
loved
movie was
it.
incredible. I was
you
laughing
see the
hysterically.
movie?
No.
gotta watch
that movie.
Watch that movie.
Violent Night.
Violent Night.
Yeah.
It will be watched today.
Great movie.
That movie was hilarious.
That's in my listing of holiday Christmas movies.
I hope it stays there. It's still currently on Peacock. I hope they don't remove it.
It's still there.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's my whole thing. Like if you want me to stop jumping from Halloween to Christmas, I need something to fill the time.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is definitely just a prelude to Christmas.
Because it's like, other than like, don't get me wrong, I'm not skipping the day.
No,
But
not
there's
at all.
not some great like
No.
it's not like some great, you know,
There's nothing.
there's no like Thanksgiving events that I'm gonna go to in the month of November. There's no like, you know, like what are we gonna do? There's no, like I said, there's no songs, there's no movies. There's like you go see the lights at Christmas. You go with the hot chocolate and the apples. You go see the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Like there's a whole aura around Christmas that is just, if we're being honest, in 25 days goes like that.
You find yourself, you're celebrating Christmas really from the day after Thanksgiving until January. Until January.
And sometimes the planning for Christmas start before then because
It has to. It has to.
Because I start September 1st.
Yeah.
With the planning part.
The planning part,
I no longer I used to delete my Christmas music in January and then add it back in December, but that was just too troublesome, so I just left it.
Yeah, I keep mine.
Yeah, I just leave it. It's too troublesome.
Yeah.
Because then you'd be like, oh, I forgot. Like you forget a song and then what are you gonna do?
And then you got to go back and find it all over again. No, I got my list. I if anything, I just add to it.
Yeah.
So now when anything new comes out, I just add to it.
Yeah, but the holiday kings and queen.
Yeah,
They are thought out.
yeah. So the video that she did, the advertisement, where she's in a block,
Where
of
she's
ice.
in a block of ice and she's thawed out,
and they're thawing her out.
Yeah. She's ready. The Bubble Man is ready as well.
Who's
The Bubble Man, Michael Bublé. Michael
okay.
Bublé,
Okay.
as well as the Pentatonics.
The Pentatonics.
I'm not sure how.
Are they doing a Christmas album this year?
I promise you, one is coming. I'm like, fam, what Christmas song haven't you done? Like, I thought I heard them all, but it's like, fam, what Christmas song haven't you done?
Yeah.
Hey, well, but they have like three
No,
albums,
there's
too?
more than that.
Really?
There's more than that. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, there's more than that. So recently, I think that one dropped last year. Like,
Yeah, the most recent one they did the one last year. And I was listening and I'm looking at it when I saw it I said, all right, what could you guys be doing different on this one that you haven't already done on the first three? And sure enough, I listened.
and sure
to
enough,
it.
they were like, okay,
I'm like, okay,
all right, you did it,
There's
you
a new
did
way.
it, you did
You
it,
did it.
you did it,
All right,
you did it.
yeah.
Yeah, you did it. But, Christmas is coming, as we've said previously on the pod. Every episode from here until the end of the year will be Christmas discussed at some point. Woo! At some point in the episode.
I love it. Yeah,
Gotta have to get my trains ready now. See,
yeah.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because I'm looking forward to see what you do this year. I'm looking forward to it. As are my friends. Because
Yeah, they like to come around and
yeah, they were here last year for Friendsmas, and I had the trains going because they wanted to see the trains because it's a big spectacle. I turned the trains on, but then they make a lot of noise. So as people are talking and the TV's going and like everyone's talking, it's loud. So I turned the trains off so we wouldn't be yelling over each other, and all of a sudden I hear, "Why are the trains off? Who turned the trains off? Turn the trains back on." My bad.
we'll talk louder.
Right. Well, I guess we'll just talk louder then. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I had to turn the trains back on. Because I didn't know that, my friends were all just going to turn 6 and just want to just sit
Yes, and watch
and watch the
watch the
trains.
trains go around and
Yeah.
around and around. Yeah.
But yeah. Kevin, Dad, thank you for joining us.
Yes.
It was
thank
a
you
pleasure.
guys.
This was
Thank
fun.
you. Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Always a good.
Thank you for joining us.
Can't wait to
We
come back
appreciate
again
it.
if I can get
Please
invited.
do, of course.
Sure.
Of course. Like I said, there's always room. There's always room. Because, it wouldn't be, we do convos, but, it doesn't have to be just the two of us talking. You know,
sometimes we need the extra voices.
Yeah, extra voices, extra opinions. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But this was
Fill up
fun.
the dynamics.
Yeah. And until the next one,
Yeah.
we out. Peace, y'all.